everybody has a past. You you could agree. Am I right, Alex? Everyone has a past. And you've known me from the past. But see, this moment right here isn't about you and I. It's not about you and I right now. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go back to Ring Wars, Carolina, out there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I want you to go and tell your friends, your buddies, your trainees, your trainers, all the guys that you step in the ring with, whether it be Wednesday, whether it be Sunday. And I want you to tell them what it was like stepping in the ring with Victor Andrews. I want you to tell them how bad your body felt at the end of the night, whatever the match was, whether it was win, lose, or draw, how you felt by the end of the night. I want you to tell them how much you've hurt. I want you to tell them how much you've cried. I want you to tell them how you had to run home and ask your family to nurse your wounds. And then I want you to tell them that that is nothing compared to what Roosevelt is capable of. Because see, Alex, you stepped in the ring with a man who had everything. Now I want you to tell them that if you step in the ring with this version of me, they, as well as you, if you like, will find out firsthand that my name is Roosevelt and I like to fight.
All right. Woo.
Okay.
Woo. Woo. Got some chills with that one. Got some chills with it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I like that.
Oh man, true grit.
I like the way you built that up. I love the way you. Let me just say this. I'm gonna get into mine, but I just want to say I like the way, because this is a conversation Vic and I have had before. I like the way you went back, you pulled a little bit, and then you just sprinkled it into who you are today and why you are that way. Because it's funny, because you said had everything. You know what I mean? Like you almost spoke about it in the past tense. You know what I mean? Not to say you lost it or anything like that. It's just like that's who you were, and it molded you into who you are now, which is Roosevelt. You know what I mean? So, and it's funny because you did a play on my name a long time ago where you said I ain't nothing to play with, boy. You know what I mean? So I like the way you took that and you sprinkled that in. That was nice because you paid it back. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that stuff. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. I like that.
True, get what you
got. You know, they say that we all grow in this life and that we grow within this business and we adapt and we overcome. But what they don't tell you is all the trials and tribulations that you have to go through in order to get where you are today. Now, what you see before you is a man, a well-groomed man who has been places and done things and been around people. And he's become quite gritty in his style. But there once was a time where he was not so grizzled of a person. And he was new and he was fresh-faced and he was clean-cut and he had a glimmer in his eye. And they called him the Playboy. And he had the unfortunate task of crossing paths with a man that they said had everything. And for about 8 months to a year, that man had to watch his back because the man with everything was everywhere and around every corner. And they battled. Oh boy, did they battle. But at the end of the day, when you hit that man with everything, it actually didn't amount to anything because Alex Bryant was the winner. And honestly, Roosevelt, I think that has lived within your mind for the past couple years, because since then, I haven't seen you in Ring Wars Carolina, and we've only ever shared one other locker room. But we didn't wrestle each other. We had different opponents. Now, if I had to say so, you've got a little more pull with promoters than I do. If you wanted to fight me so bad again, why didn't you just ask? Oh, wait. You don't have to answer. I'll tell you. Because you know that the man you once fought doesn't exist anymore. And this new man, this gritty man, Alex Bryant, is a completely different animal. And that cage that I used to be within, where I was trying to be the nice guy and shake the hands and kiss the babies, well, I ripped the damn door off that cages now. And a grown man emerged. And when you see me across that locker room and you watch me lace up those boots, and you know that I'm not that young boy anymore that's running up to Roosevelt to get advice and to get answers to questions and to pay attention to your routine, you know I've got my own routine. I've got my own path. I forged it. You were a casualty on that path. But if you ever let it cross your mind you want to cross that bridge again, just know that true grit versus Roosevelt is money. But you better lace those boots tight and bring back those yellow gloves that you used to wrap your hands with, because you're going to need them.
Left the grill smoking, Jack.
Now, real quick.
Okay.
That feeling that you felt just then,
yeah,
that's what you need to carry every time.
Yes, sir.
You get me?
Yes, sir.
That was true grit in its natural form. It wasn't something you had to rehearse in your mind who you wanted to be. It wasn't something where you had to figure out, okay, this is what I want to say, this is what I need to say, this is how it needs to come off. It needs to come off so natural that it is just you. And that's how I became Roosevelt, right? Real quick, Sir Mo had me on the show, put me on the flyer, put my real name on there before I became Roosevelt. And I contacted him. I said, hey, I don't wrestle as Roosevelt. I wrestle as Victor Andrews. And he said, oh, well, be mad, cut a promo. I'm not changing it.
Right.
And so in that moment, I said, you know what? Okay. And I did the promo, and it felt so natural because I didn't have to be a character. I just had to be me and portray what I was feeling in that moment. And that's what you just did. You were able to portray what you were feeling in that moment. And that's how you need to carry it on. And that's what's going to take you to the next level. You're already there in terms of style, athleticism, talent, professionalism. Your promos have always been great, but now you have that feeling in your chest and in the bottom of your gut to say, you know what? I can go anywhere and do just exact thing and be undeniable. And I'm so proud.
100%. 100%. That, and it's funny that you said that, because that's one of my things. Like, I remember I used to have this dry erase board on my refrigerator in my house when I first started training and working out. And it said, get bigger, get faster, get stronger, become undeniable. That's what it said. And I would read that every morning before I left to go to work. You know, and that was just my motivation. I would look at that board every time I left to go to a show, every time I left to go to a training session, whatever it was, I would look at that board. So it's funny you say that, because that's definitely one of my things that I keep in the back of my mind, is to make sure that, you know, no matter who says what, I don't care. I really don't, not anymore. You know, I know that I bust my ass. So it's my whole goal is to become undeniable to anybody, you know, and for people say like, oh, I don't see it. You ain't got to see it. Oh, man, I ain't feeling it. You ain't got to feel it. Somebody will. And when they do, you're going to have to watch them reap the benefits of what comes next while you stand by. That's how I look at it.
Oh, man. The undeniable Alex Bryant. No, they got to read to it.